Girl Tribe Gaming. Podcast on. I said it. Podcast on.
Hello, you're listening to Girl Tribe Gaming, a podcast mostly about video games. I'm Zen.
And I'm Jen, and welcome to episode 37. So today we're going to talk about Goat Simulator. I can't even say it without laughing.
I know.
Goat Simulator. We have Assassin's Creed Chronicles China, and Zen's going to talk a little bit more about Mortal Kombat X now that she's had a chance to play it some more. Yeah. But so Zen, this week we've been playing a little bit of Goat Simulator on Xbox One.
Yeah, it's definitely been an experience.
Yeah.
Been a very strange experience. For those of you that don't know, Goat Simulator was originally, it was a joke. It was a prototype that was held at a game jam by a studio called Coffee Stain Studio back in January 2014.
Yeah.
So I love the whole story of it, that it was just a prototype, a joke, you know.
Yeah, and it's a joke. You know, I have heard, I can't talk. I have heard about this game in the past because it was on the computer. And I was always like, Goat Simulator, like, what in the world is that?
Kind of intrigued by a little goat, a third-person goat running around causing destruction and mayhem in this little town.
Yeah, so like this game, you are a little goat. And, you know, it's not a secret. The game is just filled with bugs and glitches and problems. And the movements are just hilarious of this goat. And, like, I love, like, their website. Let me see if I pull it up. Yeah, they go, Goat Simulator is a small, broken, and stupid game.
Keeping it real.
Yeah, well, it is a stupid game, Zen, but I was streaming it a couple different days. I was laughing so hard. I had a migraine the first day. I was laughing so hard. I almost puked. It was so much fun.
I almost puked. It was so much fun. That's great. Yeah, I catch myself watching this little goat run around and its head is like twisting and it must have no neck bone because it's like its head is everywhere.
It's like flopping around.
I know. And I catch myself smirking and I'm like, stop smirking at this game. It is so stupid.
It is. Like this one time, Zen, there's this like boulder and there's these people having like a barbecue party and I like grab it with my tongue because you like
the boulder or
yes, this huge like kind of like Indiana Jones style boulder. It starts rolling at me and I take off running. It rolls into the little barbecue party. Then I decided to like grab the barbecue grill with my tongue, fling it around. I'm on fire. I'm running around chasing all these humans. And I don't know why everybody is dancing. And
everybody's having a good time. When you go to the houses, everybody's like busting a move. I'm like,
I know.
damn.
You can just hear the music, you know, and
yeah.
And I'm like, why is everybody wearing sweatpants except for the one lady wearing jeans and a yellow shirt? But anyways, I was catching everybody or trying to catch them on fire. I don't remember if I did.
And everybody's in sweatpants. I'm now distracted by this. This is like a beautiful world.
Yeah, everybody's in sweatpants. If you watch, go back and you'll see.
Beautiful. Okay, so one funny thing that happened to me in the game was I was running around, you know, trying to find the little trophy things that they have hidden around, and I came across this like field that had this car going around in circles, like some hillbilly, you know, and all these other people like cheering around him. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm just gonna like headbutt this car. So I tried like 3 times and I kept getting run over. I'm like, screw it. So then I like licked the car. And, you know, then with your tongue, you're, like, hooked up to the car now. And, like, I'm flying around the field, like, rolling attached to this car and just running, you know, my body's hitting people.
Yeah, I saw your little upload studio clip.
Yeah. And then another thing, I got on top of the gas station. But it must have been, like, a glitch or something. And I fell through the gas station, which caused the gas station to blow up. And I went, like, sky high. I was like, woo!
Zen, you take that boulder and you roll it all the way over to that spinning car, and blows up the car. It's an achievement.
That's okay. That's the achievement. I was trying to figure out how to make that achievement. I saw the hillbilly stop the hillbilly from driving.
Yeah.
And I was getting gas cans and throwing at this car and like nitrogen cans and throwing at the car. And I was getting so upset because I'm like, why is this car not stopping?
Oh.
I got another car and threw it at that car. All with my little goat.
It's such a dumb game, but I've been having fun. I started making videos of all the not all of the achievements, but a lot of the achievements last night. And I was just having a blast, just laughing by myself. That's what's amazing. Laughing alone.
And there is the one world you start in, or you can start in. There's another world that's more of like a city with a theme park.
Oh, yeah.
I like that city a lot more. There's more you can.
Yeah, there's
things you can do.
A lot of Easter eggs. So, like, you can go up to the top of the hotel, and I have a little video clip. I'll put that in the show notes. And it's like I don't want to give it away. It's an Easter egg up there. And then, did you see the Ninja Turtles, like, tribute thing?
No. See, there's so much weird stuff.
Yeah. I have that on video, too. You go, like, down in a little sewer, and it's 2 achievements down there, just so you know.
Where's the sewer? Is it in like?
It's across the water, right near the big hotel, and you look down in the water. There's like a little bridge, and there's a little sewer cut out down there, and you go in, and then they're on the left.
Okay,
Be sure to hit them. Hit them.
Okay, all right. You want to give some pros and cons?
Yeah.
Stuff that we liked about the game. Let's start with the bad stuff.
The bad stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
you start and then I'll chime in.
Obviously, it's glitched to hell. Like that shouldn't even count because we know that.
I know I can't. I have a hard time counting it, but like the camera for me, it makes me like super dizzy.
Oh,
like it's like zooming in and out. It could just be the way I'm controlling the game, but
yeah, it's you. No, it didn't do that to me.
Oh.
But the worlds, the 2 levels are pretty small, but they're packed with a lot of hidden things that you don't think are there at first. You're like,
all the cons are cons that they made obvious.
Yeah,
glitchy and small.
Yeah, it would be fun for about 5 minutes if there was a multiplayer and you could like go into each other's worlds and just flip around and be stupid. But
yeah, I can see that, and then like also like a creative mode. But putting all that money into the game would be ridiculous for this type of game. But
yeah,
can you imagine have a creative mode?
Oh, that'd be
you
fun.
Can, like, make a bunch of
obstacles,
explosives, and then have your goat run into it.
Yes, like even if it was just like the ability to like group up gas cans and that would be fun. But it wouldn't be worth it.
Nope.
Like this is the kind of game where you go in, you play, you laugh, and you get your achievements, and you're kind of done. Unless you're like, I could see you have someone over, and you just want to laugh. You're like, look at this game.
Definitely the pros are that it will make you laugh for a little bit.
Yeah, and games don't usually make me laugh. And I was just laughing with my headache.
So it's $10.
Uh-huh.
Do you think it's worth buying?
That's a hard one. I probably would buy it, honestly. But
for the achievements?
Well, just for the experience, because it's so funny and dumb. But if it was anything more than 10, no way.
Yeah. I really struggle. I don't know. I probably would buy it.
Uh-huh.
But then I don't know. I think it's like a game I'll probably play. I've played it a couple times, and I don't know if I see myself picking it up unless I'm going achievement hunting.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing that. But oh man, it's a good laugh. It's simple, and just know that it's not like a serious game at all. Like you're not.
Mm-mm. Well, if you think a game is called Goat Simulator is serious,
I did.
Seriously, Goat Simulator? You're like, that's a serious game.
Well, not serious, but I thought there would be more simulator.
What kind of? I mean, what goat? How is this even a simulator? Do you know what a goat does? You city girl.
I don't. I'm not a goat expert. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't do any of the things it does.
No.
Oh yeah, and in the game you can like unlock all these like mutators, and you can like do different things, and you got jetpacks, and it's just crazy.
Yeah.
What would you give it a score as I was
1 out of 10, 1 being meh and 10 being
uh-huh.
6.
Yeah, I could see it a 6, definitely.
Yeah, but I'm glad I played it. It made me chuckle.
Yeah, it's on Xbox 360 as well now, so it's out on both consoles, the One and the 360. $9.99. If you play it, send us your videos.
Oh my gosh. All right, so you have been playing the new Assassin's Creed Chronicles China?
Yeah, so I got this game yesterday, and just the little disclaimer, I've only played like the first 3 levels. But what it is, if you're an Assassin's Creed fan, you kind of, know the basic kind of premise of the series. And what they did with this, they did like these chronicles. There's 3 in the series. This one's China. And they're taking you through different time periods, obviously. So like this one, don't even ask me history-wise. I think it's like 1500s or something. It's a long time ago.
Okay.
But it's a 2D scroller, so it's not like your 3D, action Assassin's Creed you're used to. It's a side scroller, but they're calling it 2.5D. So like you go left and right, and then occasionally you might go in or out.
Okay.
But what I love, okay, so you know me, lately I haven't been real into the side scrollers. I'm kind of side scrollered out.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will say, they somehow did a really good job of capturing the essence of Assassin's Creed gameplay. And so like the way the button layout is, it feels like you're running and manipulating the world like you do in the 3D world. So I don't really know how to explain it real well, but like, in Assassin's Creed, you'll hit like, I think it's like right trigger to kind of free run, and then you tap A to jump, and then it gets more complex the more you go into it.
It looks, I was watching the trailer, and it looks like a beautiful game. And first of all, the soundtrack they had on the trailer was really it sold me. Just the song they had going.
Oh,
I have artwork.
Okay, I didn't watch the trailer, but the artwork is beautiful. And we'll put a few screenshots and videos in the notes. It's beautiful.
I don't play Assassin's Creed. Do you think I can buy this and enjoy the game not knowing the history?
Yeah, totally. The one thing with the game, though, it's not about just getting to the end of the level. It's about maneuvering yourself through the level in a stealth way. You don't want to be seen. You ideally don't want to be fighting. You get scored on the each level based on your stealth factor.
So what's that game, Mark of the Ninja from the 360?
I never
was that the game?
I never played
Mark
that.
of the Ninja. I have to check, but it sounds a lot like that, where it's a 2D stealth game almost.
Yeah, it's a stealth game, and it's just like the Assassin's Creed game where the enemies, they have a certain line of sight. You can use things to distract them, though. You can send a little arrow over that makes noise, and they're like, oh, and they go look at it, or you can whistle and draw them closer. Or
it sounds a lot like Mark of the Ninja, which I really enjoyed on 360. Yeah,
and so you can do all those things. You can kill, but and what I can't resist. I'm constantly assassinating people.
Yeah, it's probably achievements to not assassinate somebody through an entire level.
Probably. I didn't even look at the achievements, to be honest. But you could play more, aggressive, but they kill you pretty fast. So you really want to try to be stealthy. But anyways, it's a beautiful game. Like it looks like brush strokes, like a painting.
So they have like little cutscenes that have this artsy looking brush strokes, and everything.
Yeah, the cutscenes are still images with voiceovers, but they're just beautiful. Like I love just looking at the art, and the main character, it's a female assassin, so that's kind of cool, and she's really tough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there difficulty? Are you finding it frustrating or?
Well, I'm on the normal difficulty, but the disclaimer is I suck. at stealth games. I'm just not good at it.
So it's stealth and it's a platformer.
Yeah, and I'm not great at platformers. So for me, it is a pretty challenging game, but there hasn't been an area that I haven't been able to get through. I just have to keep trying. And unfortunately, I was streaming my failures. I hate that. I always get
People
stuck.
love it, though, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, it's Moto.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't played enough to give it a full review or anything. But like,
if you had to give it like for where you are right now,
yeah,
what would you score it?
You know, for that type of game, I would give it like a high 8, almost 9. Like it's really that good. I really like it. It reminds me of Deadlight a little bit. Like, because you can throw ninja stars and stuff, and the way the controls are for that kind of reminds me of Deadlight a little bit.
I'm definitely going to check it out. I mean, like I said, I like the Mark of the Ninja, and I like the artwork of this one, and they sound pretty similar.
It's $9.99 too. It's not a bad price.
Yeah, there you go.
Sold.
Sold.
Yeah, but Ubisoft, I love it, and you know, there were some people in the stream, they were really enjoying the art of the game. They just kept saying over and over how beautiful it was, and so I would check it out.
Very cool. I'm going to check it out. So last week I told you a little bit about I was playing Mortal Kombat X.
Yes.
And growing up, I was a Mortal Kombat fan. Had it on my Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew I would like this game. But the more I play it, the more I'm like totally falling like for this freaking game. It's like amazing. It's like I'm totally rehooked on Mortal Kombat now.
Really? It's that good. I have been seeing my friend feed just blow up. Like everybody's playing it. But
so I finished the story mode.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if they have been doing story modes like this in their previous games. For, you know, like I said, I haven't played in a while, but I really enjoy the story mode and seeing the characters that I grew up with and how they've just aged and changed. And the end is really good. And then I just wish I could tell a little bit more about the ending, but no spoilers. But I will give a little tip.
Yeah.
You have to watch the credits all the way through, and it'll show you a little glimpse of what's to come in the Mortal Kombat world.
Oh.
Not only that, but you have to watch it all the way through to unlock another character. Because I finished story mode, and you know me, I'm like, heck yeah, continuing on with whatever. And it didn't unlock this character, so I had to go back and rewatch. And then watch I watched the credits and then watch the other cutscene they have, and that's when my character unlocked.
Oh, well, that's a good thing to know.
Yeah. So
now, go ahead.
Now I've been playing a lot of the tower. You know, just where you just fight characters over and over till you climb and then beat the boss. And playing through that, I have Sub-Zero is one of my all-time favorites. So I normally would play as him. But I started playing as Cassie Cage, and she's new, and she's the daughter of Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade.
Oh, they had a baby?
They hooked up. A lot of these people had babies. Like Jax has a kid.
Oh.
And there's a few other people that have kids, and now they're like all like young and kind of like what we're used to seeing in the characters. Like they have like these edgy attitudes and everything. But anyways, back to Cassie. She is in the special forces, but so she looks like her mom, the younger version of her mom, but she's got the personality of Johnny Cage. So she's kind of like a cocky attitude.
Yeah. And
her facial expressions look like her dad. Like it's really weird. At the end, they were like both smiling and like they had the same smile. It was like, what? But she is awesome. Like her fatalities, one of her fatalities that I really like is she shoots the opponent in the knees, and then they drop down, and she shoots him in the head, and then she puts bubble gum on the bullet hole in the head, and then that's it. It's like she chews bubble gum and everything. I don't know. This girl is like a badass
with bubble gum.
Yeah, she's got great hair and sunglasses
and bubble gum.
And bubble gum.
I'll have to look and see what this chick looks like. Do you have any videos of the fatality?
Yeah, I have the fatality that I like. And she also does one that's called a selfie that a lot of people are like raging about, but I like the funny one with the bubble gum.
Oh, interesting. A selfie fatality?
Yeah, but since we're talking about fatalities,
Yeah.
You called me when I was playing Mortal Kombat a couple days ago.
Yeah, you were acting weird.
I was all worked up, terrified, because I would just watch this gruesome fatality of, oh gosh, I can't think of his name. He looks like a lot like Raiden, but he's got this hat that he spins. And he just used that hat in a fatality, and it was so gruesome. Like, my stomach was turning. And then you called, and I'm like, hello?
You sounded not good.
Yeah.
So, wow. How often has that happened in a video game where you're physically moved by it?
Well, in this way, like where I'm like grossed out, not often. Like the fatalities in this, is some of them are so gruesome. You just feel kind of like almost dirty. You're like, what am I doing? But I was looking up things on fatalities and like where it originated. In the first game, they did it, and it was only going to be the final boss that had a fatality. And then they introduced him into the game, but they didn't tell anybody, so they were like a huge Easter egg. So it was interesting. It's like, growing up, these fatalities, they were like a mythical creature almost, because I didn't know how to do them. I didn't have the internet, and I didn't really have any friends that played video games. And now it's like you just hit the back button, and look it up. And there are some that are still locked, but now it's like, oh, I can just look it up here and just like practice the fatality and then go into the game.
Yeah, there's no YouTube back then. Like,
oh,
let me
no.
look it up. See, I got lucky. Well, I'm a little older than you, but I was working at Best Buy. Well, I was working at Best Buy like during Mortal Kombat 2. And, all the people there, they all gamed. So, after hours, we'd play games and stuff. So,
no, see, I didn't have, I had one neighbor growing up because I lived in the country. So I would always go over to her house. But she didn't really like know the video games. She just like played because I was her only neighbor too. So she had to. And this one time, I'll never forget it. Like, it was in one of the Mortal Kombats where you could watch the fatalities, but they wouldn't teach you how to do that. You could just watch them all go through.
Yeah.
And her mom walked in, and she got so pissed. She ripped that cartridge out of the game system, called my mom, and said, what kind of games are you letting your daughter play? And my mom got, like, reamed. And my mom told me never to take that game over to my neighbors.
But you got to keep it?
She let me keep it.
Oh, that's good at least.
I don't remember... Good. I don't know exactly the whole story of how I got my game back. But I can never take it over to my friend's house.
Oh, man. Well, oops.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's like I want to play. I'm right now, I think in Mortal Kombat, I'll just keep playing the tower and with all the different characters and go for those achievements. This game, it makes me want to get the achievements, too, which is strange for me. Like, completing, the tower with every character, completing so many towers.
Wow, Zen. That says a lot. I mean, like, you've played the whole story and you're still playing it.
Yeah, I have no urge to play online, like, with real people. Because I would rage. And it's like, I am fine getting beat by AI and, beating AI. And that's completely fine with me.
Yeah, against real people, I would just totally flop. It would be. So, okay, now that you've actually played the whole story, you've played the different modes, you've seen everything almost, what would you score it on a 1 to 10?
I would say 9.
Wow. You really like this. I
really like it.
It's kind of like last year we had that sleeper hit where we weren't expecting, what was the game? All of a sudden I forgot the name.
Wolfenstein?
Yeah, we weren't. There was this time last year, actually, and you were like, I love Wolfenstein. And it ended up being one of your favorite games of the year. I wonder if this is going to be one of your favorite games of the year.
I won't say no, but I don't think it's going to be my game of the year. It's definitely been fun, though.
Okay, so you think there's something better, but for now, this is just
fun. I mean, like, this is definitely not my game of the year type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, it may be the new Wolfenstein. Will be my game of the year. That I can see that happening, but this game, I don't know. I can see me always going back to it and just like when I'm upset playing it,
Yeah.
I need to punch somebody in the face.
I'm in a bad mood. Let's do some fatalities.
Yes. So, okay. So it has been one heck of a strange week filled with goats, assassins, and fatalities and Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah.
We've been playing so many different types of games.
Yeah, they are all very different games. You go from one game where you're not trying to kill, from one game that's what you want to do, to goat that you just want to flop around.
Oh, it's good.
Well, thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys. You can follow myself on Twitter at ZMacLeod. That's ZMACLEOD. And you can follow Jen on Xbox at MotoGirl. That's MOTO space GRRL.
And you can check out our website at girltribegaming.com. And we have all of our show notes at girltribegaming.com/podcast if you want to see the show notes. And you can follow us on Twitter at girltribegaming, all one word, and the same thing for Facebook. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.